Hello, everybody, and welcome to the first episode of the Hot Podcast. This is me and Nico here. Hot Podcast stands for Handing Out Thoughts. Clever little name we came up with the help of one of our good friends. So yeah, this podcast is basically going to be, us kind of talking about pretty much anything that's going on in the world today. Whatever we feel like kind of putting our 2 cents in, kind of handing out our thoughts, giving our opinions on, different things that we come across in the news or media or anything. So, like I said, it's kind of just going to be a variety of stuff. There's, really no set topic that we have other than we're kind of going to address, current issues that are going on and just talk about different stuff. So, hope you guys enjoy this episode today. We are talking about a lot of stuff like the overpopulation of ads on social media and just how that's become such a crazy extent of social media today. So hope you guys enjoy our thoughts here.
Hey, apparently Facebook made a deal, so now it's impossible to delete the app.
What?
Yeah, I'll
Like,
send this. I'll send this to you.
so you're telling me I can't delete Facebook's app from my phone?
I don't know. I just saw the headline.
Yeah, send it to
Read.
me.
I'll read it right now.
This is something that I want to talk about then, if that's the case.
Yeah, I just saw it like trending on the World News subreddit. Oh, it's from Android smartphones.
Facebook deal makes it impossible to delete app. So basically it'll be pre-installed like any other like
Yeah,
Apple app or anything else.
yeah.
It's already affected the Galaxy S8.
It's tracking Android users even if they don't have a Facebook account.
That's creepy. I feel like the more I hear about Facebook, the more I'm not a big fan of them.
Yeah, yeah. It says after analyzing 34 popular Android apps with user bases of between 10 and 500 million people, the charity found that 23 of those apps sent data to Facebook the moment a user opened them. So Facebook's just like getting all of your data.
Wait, so popular. So
Facebook's taking over. They're Skynet.
I'm trying to understand that statement there. So popular Android apps with users. The charity found that 23 of the apps. So the minute Facebook was open, those other apps, 23 of them sent information directly to Facebook about whatever
No,
you were doing on them.
you don't even have to be like you don't even have to open Facebook.
Well, but isn't that what that's saying?
No, it's saying like so. Let's say there's 34 apps.
Oh wait, the moment those apps were
The
open,
moment you open those 23 apps, they
that
send
information.
data to Facebook automatically.
I'm not comfortable with that. I don't even use Facebook that much
Yeah.
anymore besides for what I mean, I go on occasionally and like scroll through, but that's not something to me, an app or a company or anything that needs to know as much information as it seems that they are absorbing.
But you can say that with like any company though. What Instagram is owned by Facebook, you know,
Yeah, I
Twitter,
guess it's
same
true.
thing.
But I don't know, I don't feel like Instagram. I mean, yeah, I guess yes because it's owned by Facebook, but I don't feel like I don't know. I mean,
Uh,
part of me feels like Instagram isn't as bad about that, but then I also think about when I'm scrolling through sometimes and the amount of like, because obviously, like most people I follow, like friends, family, whatever, and then I follow stuff I'm interested. I always see a lot more stuff like big name, like people and brands and whatever.
it's like that thing I sent you on Twitter, like when we were on FaceTime that one time and we were talking about Chick-fil-A, and then as soon as I opened Twitter, that
Yeah,
Chick-fil-A had open, I was like, bro,
that was
that's,
weird. That's
I
something
mean,
that's like,
I
I
mean, I
don't know.
think I think they're listening.
Can they legally do that?
I mean, look about your Alexa though. It's doing the same thing. It's listening to everything. It's essentially recording everything you're saying. Like there's been multiple cases of like technology like spying on people. Like all you have to do is a simple Google search and there's like hundreds of results.
That's creepy. I
I
don't
mean,
understand how companies can get away with it. This is something I want to look more into now.
yeah, definitely.
Granted, I don't
It's
like, I'm curious like what the laws are about it and all that stuff, but I don't want to be reading for like 200 years trying to.
yeah, yeah. I mean, we just have to get a basic knowledge of it. Yeah, it says Facebook said that sharing data is common practice for many companies and that it did so in a transparent manner.
I mean, I know it's obvious that everything now integrates in some aspect because obviously if you open any social media app, you're seeing the same type of ads that you do on every platform. I mean, obviously there's some similarity to that because if not, you would see different ads everywhere. And I
I
mean,
mean,
I understand some brands and whatever pay to just have their ads everywhere, but I'm sure we probably see different ads based on what we
yeah,
follow and interact with,
yeah.
especially on social media.
I mean, like, what was it like? Whenever you set up a social media account or you download an app, like it shows you like, oh hey, allow your location for while you're using the app, while you're not using the app. You know, you have to
Yeah.
go like a couple days ago. I went through all of my settings again because like I check my settings once a month because sometimes the apps will like turn back on, you know, settings, and I'm just like turn off. So
No,
I
no.
I always double check that. I just think people need to be more careful about like the location thing because like my mom believes it too, and like thank God she got me like uh, this little thing to like block my camera because apparently it's really easy to hack into a webcam. So like
Well, yeah.
whenever I'm not using it, I just slide it so that way no one can see what I'm doing. And like I have it on my phone too, so it's like convenient. And like that's also why I deleted Snapchat as well because it was always using my location. Not just because it was draining my battery, but it was just you know, anyone could see my location. And I know you could turn it off, but it's still running in the background even though you don't know it. So like that's another reason why I deleted it.
I mean, I'm not like as concerned about that. I mean, obviously, I don't want like every single person I have on there knowing where I am at all times, but like, I don't necessarily care if it's like friends or family.
Well, I'm not just talking about the Bitmoji things. I'm talking about like your location gets sent to companies, and then whenever you're in, like, it's the same with like kind of Tinder or whatever thing. It uses your location to see how many like partners or like people.
Yeah, no, I know.
It's the same with Snapchat. They do the same thing but with ads, and it's just like that's another thing like I kind of wanted to talk about. Like it's like related to social media. Like I hate this culture that we're in where it's like flex culture. Like every like 5 years ago, like you'd get called a sellout if you like sponsored, you know, if you were sponsored or something like that. But now like every freaking video, it's like literally you can get a there's like a couple of YouTube videos on it. It's like current format, this much of advertisement, this much of content, and then this ending segment full of ads, and it's just like when did we become so accepting of like advertisements and
I don't know that we've become accepting of it. I just think it's become so much more mainstream because all of a sudden people realized, hey, if I use this product or throw up this advertisement, they'll pay me. And I think we've glorified creator lifestyle of using those to advance oneself. And we, as average people that are just watching and not necessarily creating, haven't exactly agreed to that. But the product, the advertisement, and the creator have agreed, or the product and the platform that creator is on have agreed, And us, and sometimes the creator themselves, don't necessarily have a choice, especially now if they want to make money, because basically the only ways to make money on YouTube are ads and views and all that. But especially now, unless you have, what is it, 10,000 subscribers, you don't even get the opportunity to have ads or anything else. And that's them just making sure that they're getting their worth. So I don't know that there's ever really been a choice where there was one day like, oh hey, yeah, we'll agree to have ads pop up on every freaking video we watch in the middle of the video whenever. It's just become a thing that started small and worked its way in and somehow found its way to be okay legally. And
I just like the constant bombardment of ads, and like people are
I
okay
hate
with
it.
this. Like
I'm not. I hate it. Like I should not be seeing ads when I am tapping through Snapchat stories. I should not go from one person's story to the next and have an ad in between there. I
you know,
did not sign up for
you
this.
see all the memes on like Twitter or Instagram where it's like you miss like the old like format of a website kind of thing.
Yes.
Like, I
I mean,
mean,
like I just
it's
see like every video I try to watch on Facebook, ad either in the middle of it, beginning of it. Snapchat, if you're watching anything on there, Instagram, there's always sponsored stuff. Like Twitter, there's ads sometimes before a video. Like it's just endless. It doesn't matter what you're on anymore. There's always an ad.
I mean, like I get it from like a business standpoint, but like they also it has there needs to be a limit, and
There really does.
and it's just there's so much like flex culture nowadays because like people are always like buying like the most useless like pointless thing like you will never like
Well, and anybody can be an expert in their thing. All these social media influencers that are business experts, apparently, that never went to college, never did shit in relation to business, or all these fitness experts that either take steroids or do such crappy workouts, but somehow are still in shape. I mean, I talked to Nick and he like it's so annoying. Like some of the freaking fitness influencers and everybody has their own program that they're selling that's state of the art that's like $2,000. But oh, because we made all these deals with you and blah blah blah, you get this huge discount, but none of it's actually worth anything that it says. None of these people went to business school. None of these people are actual personal trainers. None of them are anything, and everybody's just in this cultural society where they want quick results no matter what, and they're willing to pay for it.
yeah I
The
mean
dumbest thing I've ever seen. Like, I'm sure some of it works for some people, but
I'm just I'm I miss the days when like someone would comment something and you know because like I really like I'm really debating like deleting Instagram now because every
well,
other post I swear is like sponsored. It's you know something sponsored or someone's promoting something. Like we live in this day and age where everyone's promoting something.
yeah, I'm gonna go through Instagram right now and see how many ads come up when I one. It's the second post is an ad. Second thing I see is an ad.
And it's like stories too.
Two, there's two in five pictures. Three, four, five,
Like stop at 20 pictures.
six. There's an ad every one, two, three, four. There's an ad every four pictures of somebody you follow on my Instagram right now. Every four pictures of somebody that I follow, an ad is in between. So one, look.
So literally
So
1 in 4.
so ad one, two, three, four,
Ad.
ad.
Like it's insane. It's
Two,
it's not.
three, four, ad. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, and like I mean,
I'm
I
talking
get it. Like,
Instagram.
I get it. The companies have to make money, and like the influencers or like
Okay,
the
but
celebrities
why
have to make
why
money.
is that why does that have to be the norm now? Yes, we have the internet and social media, and yes, you can make money off of it, but what happened to businesses just having websites and like don't get me wrong, I don't have a problem with advertising. I don't have a problem with ads. I have a problem with the extreme that we're at now with how much it just dominates everything that I see. I mean, I should not be scrolling through social media, something that's supposed to be delegated towards my interests and my appeals, and seeing businesses that think they appeal to what I want based on their very broad spectrum of whatever the hell they think I'm interested in just because I follow somebody. It should not be a 1 in 4 ratio on the most popular social media site there is.
Yeah, it's insane.
Like I understand why it is because it's again I'm like it's a contradiction. It's the most popular one, so you're gonna expect that because this world is run by businesses and business people and business people.
Yeah, exactly.
Patients are the fake influencers and shit.
I just
They
hate that
they
everyone's promoting something, and it's like,
but it's like the
I
fake
mean,
people have as much power as the real ones do when it comes to social media and stuff. It's like, and we look back, what, 2 3 years ago, this
yeah,
wasn't like, how did we make such a big jump from where we stood then to now without like, I mean, I noticed, but I like, I didn't really think about it. It's like it was subtle enough.
because they kept updating apps and they kept
Yeah.
updating websites, and they would just get progressively more and more.
Like it was subtle enough not to realize at the time, but now that it's like been as bad as it has been the past like couple months, I'm like really annoyed with it.
Yeah, trust me, I'm annoyed with it as well. Like,
Like
I barely like follow anyone anymore because I don't want to be like promoted. Like, I'm a person. I'm not a freaking uh I'm not a host where you can just suck money out of me. Like, one, I don't have any, and two, it's gonna turn me off of your product, even more.
I have personally on Instagram, I do not, even if I think it's a cool picture or something that is interesting, I do not like anything that is sponsored. I know that
Yeah,
doesn't make a difference. Now, I will say there are a couple cool things that I've seen sponsored that I have followed and do think are cool, and that I'm okay with. If you're gonna show me something that I think is cool, like for like Blackbird, it's this company where like you can fly on a plane with like a pilot who needs to like transport their plane somewhere, so you can get like cheap flights if that's where you're going. Like that's a cool thing to me. Like I checked it out, and it was like it seemed like a cool thing, or stuff like that. Like that's actually like seems useful and beneficial, and that to me personally stuck out because I mean I like to travel when I can, and if obviously as a broke college student, if I can find any way to do it cheaply, I'm going to. So that I appreciate. But some of these ads, like again on Instagram, like let's see, I can't afford Alexis. There's no way I cannot. Sure, they're nice sunglasses. I have sunglasses. I don't need more.
it's the most useless like things they promote too.
I don't watch Family Guy.
Exactly.
What is this?
It's just absurd.
I don't wear these kinds of clothes.
I actually might wear those, but I get your point.
Although they do look kind of warm. But it's like,
I mean, like I mean, what was it? We were talking about this like a few years ago. Like when Beam was still a thing, like we wanted to create a social media platform that
rest in
was
peace,
like,
Bean.
yeah. Oh yeah,
But
rest in peace, Beam. Yeah,
and Vine. Vine, you know what? I
Vine
miss
did it
Vine,
right. Vine
but
did it
thank God Vine is gone before this
definitely.
this what's the
It
word
was
I'm
like
looking for? This system of interactive social media videos has taken over, because if Vine was around now and had as many ads
I
as I
mean, like,
see, I'd be pissed.
granted, like they did sponsored, vines, like, and I get that, but like it
Yeah,
wasn't.
but it was Vine them, they were sponsoring the videos like themselves, weren't
Yeah,
they?
yeah, or like Cameron Dallas and all the other freaking like Vine stars, like they got paid to make vines or like a sponsor in one Vine. Like that was fine because it
Yeah.
wasn't like
You know,
as
you know what
seen
I
as.
don't even have a problem with? I don't have a problem with product placement. I don't have
Yeah,
a problem with that. If I'm seeing a post from a person that I choose to follow, like I don't know, Red Bull, for example. If I see something of them promoting their product, but it's not a sponsored thing, it's not an ad, it's just a post that also intrigues me as to why I follow them to begin with, I don't have a problem with that. Or like
yeah,
any
it's
social media person that I follow, if they are endorsing something that they are personally sponsored by on their thing, fine. I don't care about that. Good for you, because that's them doing business. That's a proper business deal. My issue again is with all the pop-up stuff of the things that I don't choose to follow, that it tries to pick out and promote for me just based on what I or what it thinks that I like.
and
Because
like
it's got this
yeah,
whole algorithm and crap that it's like, oh, you follow that, here you go.
yeah, it's just like with these influencers, um, always like they're always like promoting merch or like that's why I like Brother Nature because at least he's promoting merch, but it goes to a charitable organization. Like they're not when people promote, they're just trying to get money for themselves and companies, and I hate that. Like you're already in a position where you're well enough, you know, you have well enough money. You don't need more. Like at least like if I ever get famous or like anything, like I'm giving money to like organizations that actually help with the world. Like that's why I like Leonardo DiCaprio. Like he's an
Yeah.
environmentalist. Like he always like posts something about like what's wrong with the world. Climate change. Extinction, stuff like that. And that's the type of stuff I gravitate towards. Not this flex culture of I need more money. Go buy my merch. Let me throw it in like 20 freaking places in a 10-minute video.
Hmm.
It's like
Logan Paul.
yeah, exactly. It's just it's just absurd. Like if you're gonna promote me something, at least give back to society. Like
Okay.
society built you up to that place. Like people, without people, you wouldn't be in the position you're in. So at least give back to the people. That's at least my viewpoint of it. Like if this thing like goes as far as we want it to, like I'm we're donating to like organizations
Yeah.
definitely.
I just found this on an article. Apparently, I don't know how accurate this is, but apparently 83% of people agree with the statement that not all ads are bad, but they want to be able to filter out the really obnoxious ones. And then there's another one, apparently 77% agree that they wish there was a way to ad filter instead of ad block completely. So again, like back to the whole ad thing and all that crap, it's like people don't have a problem with them. People are just annoyed with the friggin' obnoxious ones and the constant bombardment of stuff that they don't care about.
And like if I'm just if you're gonna promote something, at least contribute to society. Like
Yeah.
that's my biggest thing. Like
Don't promote some new fitness brand that's just state of the art and will have you in the best shape of your life. You
or like get me
know,
rich. I need more money.
yeah,
Like
like don't promote something unless you can prove to me 100% that it is guaranteed to work for everybody, which I am pretty sure is 99% impossible.
yeah,
I don't want to see it, especially when it comes to the fitness stuff. Because like, crap, what's his name on YouTube? He does the reviews of like fitness channels.
yeah, I know who you're talking about. I just can't remember his name.
Pretty sure I'm
I've
subscribed to
seen,
him. Let's see
yeah,
if I can find out who it is.
I've seen him trending. I just don't follow him. Oh, and that's another thing. Like at least from my standpoint, because like I don't watch TV no more. But like, I feel like ads are getting less
Don't
and
watch
less.
TV no more.
Yeah, I don't watch TV no more. I mean,
Boy,
Netflix,
don't watch
Hulu.
TV anymore.
Oh, sorry.
You know English.
But like I mean, there's probably creative advertisements. I just haven't seen them yet because like, who wants to watch ads? Like, I just feel like ads aren't as creative as much as they used to be.
Yeah.
Like now it's just like, oh, put this person that millions of people follow, and have them endorse our product. Like, it's just so bland. Like I said, I'm pretty sure there are. I haven't seen any.
Yeah.
Besides like the Super Bowl commercials, like other than that, like advertisements are pretty bland.
Very true. I feel like YouTube is still going downhill.
I mean, if YouTube can go back to, like 2011, 2012, before like all this advertisement friendly like crap happened, like it'd be nice. Like if YouTube was just a site where like people can post whatever they want, but like have like moderators or like freaking no killing and like obscure videos, like I feel like that'd be perfect. Like I don't know. I'm just tired of this outrage and like PC culture that we're in.
What the? You know what? All right.
You can't find him.
No, I'm gonna FaceTime Nick because he knows exactly. What's the name of that one guy that makes fun of all the fitness channels on YouTube?
Philion!
That's right. How do you spell that?
Philion.
Philion. There it is. Thank you.
Also, subscribe to Larry Wheels.
Who's? Oh, never mind.
Yes.
All right, that's all. Thank you. This guy.
What about this guy?
Philion. Literally roast the crap out of anybody that watches videos. Cannot recommend somebody more. Like, they're funny, they're decent, and
It's
you
like
just roast the crap out of everybody.
it's like actual like creative like wholesome YouTube videos, not like
Yes.
advertisement like produced like machine produced
No.
garbage.
I mean, he only has 271,000 followers. Like, he's not that big.
That's fine. I mean, that's
No,
still
I'm not saying that like means anything. I'm saying like he's not like
he's not.
branded. I don't think he ever will be. He just like unless he's just a major hypocrite, but I don't think so.
Yeah. I mean,
He would be somebody funny to talk to on like a podcast in the future.
Oh, that'd be nice. Like our first like podcast ever, just interview him.
Probably roast the shit out of us.
That's fine. I mean,
Have you seen his videos?
I've seen like one or two. I haven't seen all
Watch
of them.
them.
Oh, I definitely will now. Cause like I miss the wholesome like creative side. Like I hate that company like the whole T series and PewDiePie thing. Like I'm so glad PewDiePie has stayed like this sole person. Like he isn't like sold by a company or like any. He's just one person, and like that's what I miss YouTube. Like, not
I
this
mean, there's definitely
company.
still people on here, on YouTube, on social media that haven't sold out yet. PewDiePie would be one of them. I mean, he did kind of lose all of his stuff, though, when that whole anti-Semitic crap happened.
Yeah.
Casey Neistat does not sell out
Yeah.
YouTube at all, unless it's his own stuff. He works with Samsung a lot, but even then, he does not bombard anything 368 Beam before. Like, none of that is bombarded with Samsung stuff. Who else is there?
There's probably more. This is a lot to like.
Yeah, there's a ton of YouTubers out there.
I just miss that wholesomeness. We need that again.
Yeah. Who else do we have on here? Yes Theory. They get sponsored by stuff, but they don't sell out when it comes to it either.
Like I'm like we're not saying like sponsoring and ads are bad. It's just like the
No,
constantness.
we're
It's
not
like
saying
every
that
video.
because we're probably gonna end up, having some of that same stuff too. But like, I would compare, like, what if we get to that point, it would be kind of how like Yes Theory is, because a lot of the stuff they sponsor is like stuff that they genuinely believe in or genuinely use in like a day-to-day life. Like a lot of times when I would watch the videos, I would see ads for honey. You know what that is, right?
Yeah.
I installed that. I've saved money on a lot of stuff. So like that's a genuinely helpful thing. Again, the whole thing is it's just like the annoyance of the stupid ads is what pisses me off. I don't care if it's something that you believe in that maybe I don't quite care for, or if it's something that is actually useful.
Yeah.
That's fine to me. It's just like the stupid shit that I see. Like if I'm scrolling through Snapchat and I see a stupid TikTok ad, you're not buying, go away, you suck.
I mean, it's just like everyone has merch now. Like literally everyone. You go on like any like
Yeah, but
YouTube.
the
What?
merch stuff though, I understand. That's selling a brand that you created. That's not selling out yourself to someone else.
But that
Personally.
you have to. But like, there's a limit to promoting
Yeah,
merch.
no, for sure. You don't need to say it every 10 seconds in a video at Logan Paul. Um,
And like they get away with that too, and it's just like, and they're like targeting younger kids too, and like I'm pretty sure it's illegal to like advertise to kids like underneath a certain age.
no, it's not.
Yeah, it is. Like
How?
kids, like
There are
kids.
commercials for all kinds of products on the
Yeah,
TV still. You think kid toy commercials are advertised to adults, to
no,
parents?
no, I'm saying this like kids can't differentiate between like what if they're being advertised to or not. Like once
Most
you reach like
people
a certain,
can't nowadays anyway, unless it's a blatant clear ad.
I hate this. I hate this flex culture. Like I hate. Can we go back to like 2012?
Yeah. And like don't like even when these bigger YouTubers, like not all of them used to be like that. Like I used to watch I'd watch Logan Paul's videos like back a couple of years ago, like when they were actually like wasn't him constantly plugging merch and stuff like that. Like regardless of everything that happened, I got nothing against the guy.
Yeah,
Like he's, you know, do I find it annoying that people do sell out sometimes and do stuff like this when it's always in the spotlight? Sure. But at the same time, you've made your money, you're successful, you're good for you. It's when it's fake stupid shit. That's what I don't like. And that's what I see a lot with like the fitness stuff and whatever else.
all right, but I have a question for you now. So, do you think that if you're in a position of an influencer, do you have the obligation to help others, or are you just yourself?
I I think it depends on what your what's the word? Like what your I don't want to say brand, but what you're
Image?
known for as an influencer. If you're known for like again, if you're Logan or Jake Paul, you're known for just vlogging and the crazy stuff that they do and whatever. If you're Casey Neistat, you're known for your vlogs and Beam and Samsung and all that. Nothing says that any of those guys have to donate their money that they've made in merch or YouTube or anything to help good causes. Now, if you're a channel or something like what we're trying to be, where our whole thing is like trying to spread positivity and happiness and like kind of make things easier in the world, we don't I don't think in fine print we necessarily have like an obligation to do it, but some things go hand in hand and some things don't. I feel like for us, again, nothing says we have to, but it would be more fitting if we did than if we didn't, And for those guys, it's their choice. Because in the end, regardless of how they made it, unless it's in the legal way, of course, it's their money, they've earned it, whether it is selling merch or from ads or whatever. Nothing says that they have to invest it back into something else. Now, should they? That's kind of a moral yes or no thing. Would it be good? Because would it probably help fix a lot of problems, or at least maybe help change some things? Yeah, I think so. But I mean, the same thing can be said for celebrities. There's ones like DiCaprio that are really into climate change and addressing stuff like that. And then there's people like the Kardashians that are famous for God knows why, and they don't really care about anything but what they do with their lives.
Man, I mean,
Like nobody says the Kardashians have to donate any of their money, and nobody says DiCaprio has to do theirs. It's all just a matter of what people choose to support and believe and whatever.
but like from a humanity standpoint,
If we
like
were all good humans, everybody would at least try and do their part. But I mean, let's be honest. Does everybody pull out $5 when they see a homeless person walking?
no,
No. I mean, I'm going to be honest. I don't all the time. I wish I could, but another. I'm
yeah,
not saying this necessarily applies to the bigger people, but I'm saying me. I'm not. I'm trying to keep myself financially stable,
yeah,
let alone if I could give $5 to every homeless person, I definitely would, or whatever. But I can't at the moment because
huh,
I have to make sure that I have enough money to even live for myself.
yeah. I mean, like I give what I can, you know. I can't do it all the time, and I feel bad that I can't.
Yeah, no,
Like,
like I hate when they're like walking past my car. It's like I'm sorry, I want to do something, but
like, and like, it's gotten to the point where like I'll even like I'll buy them food. Like, I'll
yeah,
do something. Like, cause like I feel bad, cause like that could be me.
yeah,
Like, and I I mean, I'm not doing it for karma. I'm just saying, like, if I was in that position, I would want someone to do that for me. And
yeah, ideally.
it's just, it's hard
We live
because,
in a society now where nobody really has to do anything that they don't want to do or has to contribute to the betterment of it. And, at times even we can say that people are selling out when they make videos of them like actually doing good stuff to help homeless people or whatever. I mean, yeah, sometimes you can see that they are using it for the views and stuff, but also at the same time, they may have bought that homeless person clothes or gave them a place to stay or got them a haircut or something that can help better their lives. So, in an aspect like that, who quite cares what their motivation is behind it? I mean, ideally, you would want it to be good, but regardless, at least that person's getting something.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I mean, like, what was it like? Only like a handful of people have like half the world's wealth, or like
The
more than
top, the richest 1% in the world could end like world hunger and all that poverty like numerous times over.
yeah. I mean, like, if I ever like get that rich, like, I'm not gonna like spend it on like worthless jewelry. I mean, like, I'll spend it like a little bit, but not like a lot.
I mean, yeah, like there's no problem with you spending money you make hard, hard-earned money if you become successful because you worked hard for that. There's nothing wrong with taking care of stuff that you need and enjoying some of it. But what is it? The founder of Amazon. I mean, he has what, billions of dollars. There's no way anybody could spend, like, I saw a thing the other day. If Bill Gates spent $1 million a day, I think it was a million.
Yeah,
It would take him like 218 years to go broke.
yeah,
So why can't you, like, I know there's no obligation for you to because you earned that money doing what you were doing, but if you cannot utilize what you have and your family and kids cannot utilize all of what you have for decades upon decades to come, why can't you do something to help people that won't even ever come close to having
yeah. I mean, like
2% of what you
yeah.
have?
I mean, like he has like, I mean, he has charities and stuff
No,
too.
I was just
Yeah,
saying, I wasn't like
you're
calling
saying.
him out for that. Like, I know he does stuff, but I'm saying, like, to have, with people having that much money, because there's people way richer than him that do absolutely nothing to help.
I mean, it's definitely like a moral ambiguity, kind of thing. Like it's like from a humanity standpoint, like you should, but like it's your choice not to. And like I get it.
Yeah.
Like I was just putting that out there just to see like it's like one of those questions. It's like those controversial questions where there's
Yeah.
not really a right answer, but like
No, because there's going to be a people that again agree. It's like it's my hard-earned money, regardless of how much I have. Why should I have to help other people? And
yeah,
I mean, as much as I don't know if I want to say this or not.
you don't have to if you don't
This
want to.
this this might, I don't want this to be taken the wrong way. This might be a little bit controversial, but it's like some people that are less fortunate do have ways to get out of it. Not
Oh
everybody,
yeah,
not
yeah,
everybody, but there are people less fortunate than even than us that have ways to get out of it that choose not to. Those are the people that I don't want to say they don't deserve to be helped by those top percent, but I can see that being the reason why some of those top percent people don't, because it's very hard to distinguish between those that actually don't have a choice and where they're stuck at and those that could do something about it but don't. Because there's a thin line there, as you want to ideally you want to help anybody, at least in my viewpoint. I'm going to help anybody regardless of whether they're appreciative or whether they can control the circumstances or not, but that's just my personal viewpoint, because I like to think, regardless of whether they see it or even recognize it, if I can make a difference in somebody's life, I feel successful. But to those people it's not necessarily the same. Like, they want to know that they're going to do something to help, or they're not going to waste their time and effort, or they're just not going to do it at all because they don't have the certainty.
yeah. It's definitely like it's like a coin. There's two sides, and like
Oh yeah,
it's one
100.
it's one it's one of those questions that are like,
And it
uh,
sucks that it's like that, because it really
yeah,
screws over those people that actually do need the help sometimes, because they get screwed over because there's people that seem like they need help but are just kind of throwing away opportunities and whatever else because of whatever.
yeah. I definitely feel that. It sucks that we're two guys, and like we can't save everyone, and like no matter how much we want to.
Yeah, I
So
know. It's frustrating.
yeah, it's very frustrating.
Well, what are you going to do?
I don't know. I mean, we just got to keep pushing our message, like no
Yeah.
matter, like yeah, humanity has done some bad things to each other, but like we could do a lot worse.
Yeah.
Right? We just have to keep pushing. Um,
Everybody can only do what they can attempt to do, and we're at least attempting to do our part. and there's not really much more we can do than that.
Yeah, definitely.
So, I mean, I think, on that note, it was a good session
Awesome.
for a first podcast.
All right. Thank you guys very much for listening to what we had to say today. And this was episode 1 of the Hot Podcast, where we kind of talk about social media and, kind of drift into topics about helping each other, around the world and different ways we think things could be better or maybe be changed. But, this is just kind of our thoughts on it. So we just wanted to share these with you guys and hope you enjoy. Thanks for listening.